My name is Kristen, and I'm a medium. And this is a story about how I came to know that I was a medium for the first time. So, this is a story from my childhood, and obviously, I didn't know at the time, the full blown scale of abilities or what that meant at the time, but I did have an awareness of the energies that were there. So, this is the story of how I found out that I was a medium when I was 9 years old. So, I live in Colorado and I grew up here. And in Colorado, we have a rich history of mining and mining towns. And so this took place when I went to visit a ghost town at the time with my family. I was with my mom and my grandma. And I'll just start by saying that my mom knew that I had abilities way before I ever acknowledged it or knew. And so at this time, this wouldn't have been like a surprising thing for her. And there could be things that had taken place prior to that time that I just don't recall as vividly and as being as meaningful to me in my life that she may have experienced with me that, just really gave her a sure idea that I was special in some way. And so we went to this mining town, and everything there is. So it was a ghost town. So everything there is in an old building and kind of for historic purposes, and just to get the vibe of the place, they've made these storefronts into more modern shops. And this place that we went wasn't very modern at all. I mean, you could tell that it was something in the past, but there was no marker on the building that would have indicated to us like what it was or what could have happened there. So we get to the doorway of this. It's like a grocery store slash place to get snacks now, and I'm just frozen in the doorway. And I feel like fearful to walk through it. And I mean, just like I said, a frozen in fear. And I knew something bad had happened there. And it was like I physically wasn't able to push myself through the doorway for like quite a while. And so, like I said, my mom's aware that I'm at least a sensitive person at this time. And so it wouldn't, to this degree of sensitivity, this probably was somewhat uncommon. But, she's always been very accepting. And so I have always been free to to tell her my experience. And so I told her what was going on. And she just gently, helped me through the doorway. And then we just kind of went along with like it kind of didn't happen, and so this woman who works there says, I heard you and your conversation, and probably the reason she felt that way is because there was a terrible shootout right here in the doorway and both people died. So you can understand how that would leave a strong energetic imprint or resonance on the place, because both people died. Nobody got what they want, and it was just like a really violent act. And so that was really surprising to me, and my mom played it cool, and my grandma just like didn't know what was going on anyway. And so even though I was 9, I've always been really mature and had a large vocabulary, and I just always remember people kind of talking to me like a little adult. So my mom really tried not to freak me out that this had happened, but we kind of processed some of it, and like how I felt about that. And I couldn't exactly recall like what I said, but I was still kind of freaked out. And so to that point, like I knew that I was a little bit different, but kind of my coping mechanism, I guess, because you can't accept these things when you are a child, and it takes a long time to get to a place where you can safely explore your mediumship abilities and then look at it as a gift. And so, after that, and so I had some experiences before, I suppose. And, I've always been a person who, when I was, especially in nature, I would find things like was almost like they were placed there for me. And what I know now is that I've always been led to these things. And so while I didn't hear like, it doesn't sound like people talking. It's just like how I was frozen in fear because I knew what had happened there. And so that was my first experience where I really started to be able to comprehend that maybe this information that I get, or just some things that happen around me, that this could be due to spirits of people that have passed away. And so, of course, it's taken me many years to accept that about myself and then to further develop it. But the reason that I wanted to put this story out there was because as an adult, when I was seeking someone to help me with whatever ability I had, because I waffled back and forth on like, am I a medium? Am I just psychic? Or, just kind of full blown ignoring it altogether in my teenage years. That it goes in waves until you're fully ready to participate in that journey, if that's, if you've been blessed with gifts like I have. So I wanted to put this out there because when I was looking for somebody to help me with this, I just noticed a lot of stories that would say, I've known I was a medium since I was 3 years old, and it was because an angel visited me. Or, someone else might say, when I was 7, my grandmother passed away, and, the same night or the next day, there was a presence with me, and maybe they touched like the foot of my bed or something, and then it just like slowly dissipated, and these just really beautiful, calm stories. And then it kind of just seemed to be like the person was like, and then it was just a steady progress from then on understanding myself. And so I'm not saying that those things aren't true that, other mediums or psychics say. I'm just saying that those weren't my experiences like at all. And this isn't meant to make being a medium sound scary. But for me, and I believe for other people, sometimes there have been things that are scary, especially because for me at least, spirits don't only contact me, to tell me about the really beautiful things and the secrets of life. I mean, yeah, I have had those experiences, and I have them more frequently now that I am a developed medium. But there's like a huge range beyond that, and even higher vibration than that too. But then, the scale goes both ways. So I just think there are people out there like me who, it wasn't just like this beautiful golden path, right, to, how to develop this and to not be fearful. Because honestly, some spirits want things, or they might want you to tell somebody something, or whatever the case may be, and they might pressure you into doing that, especially when you're a younger person. So I just wanted to put this out there to maybe it can be helpful to somebody else who's like, I am a medium, but at times I question it because my story isn't like this. Like, my story might be a little dark at times or a little scary at times. And I just, I'm blessed to put this out there so other people, I hope, won't feel alone in that. And so that they feel safe and secure in continuing on the path and learning more about why that may be, why that things may have felt that way, or, not doubt that they do indeed have this ability, and just know that there's work to do, like shadow work and educational things to do, and to develop your discernment and boundaries, and then those are the ways to really in the end be a developed medium who can work with other people. So I hope that some of you out there have found this helpful. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you would like the video and subscribe if you'd like to see more things like this. This kind of video is really what I'm impassioned about, and so I have many, many, many other stories to tell, but in order to keep this kind of short, I'm just going to do this one for now. So I hope that you will come back again, and if you'd like to comment anything that you would like me to talk about with my journey or my experiences, I would really like that and enjoy reading them and do videos about them. So thanks so much for watching, and my information is below if you would either like a private reading, or I offer a whole bunch of other stuff, and my contact information is there as well. So thanks a bunch for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.